Hi!
Hello everyone, welcome to Battlemats and Kittycats, where a group of friends from across the country gather to roll the dice and battle the evil cat overlords. For our cat save tonight, we have a volunteer from the audience. I'm probably going to butcher your name. Clownosis is going to roll for us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
His name there.
I'm a dragon. I don't know how to talk. It's fine. So while he does that, we will move on to our announcements. Did anyone else have any announcements besides me? Also, you might notice that our DM is missing. That is a temporary situation.
Yes. We hit 100 followers on Insta, which is why our DM is missing, because we promised a little surprise if we hit that. So he is getting that taken care of at the moment.
I am so excited.
You have no idea.
So I think the only announcement tonight is to make sure that you tune in next week for the super special Halloween edition of Battlemats and Kittycats, where yours truly, Ermi, will be DMing.
No.
And it will be Oops All Goblins, which should be an interesting adventure.
Ooh, you rolled an 18.
Okay. And we have an 18 for our cat save.
Which means...
Dang.
You think you're naked, but you're actually fine. you're actually in your armor, if you're wearing armor.
Nice.
Nice.
So
you think you're naked.
If we fail our cat save, we will think we are running around naked. That should be very interesting.
What's the practical effect for that? Just because?
Situational player cues.
Okay.
We just, become super awkward more so than we already are. Forgot how to talk.
I'm gonna cast spells.
Hi-ya.
Here.
Whack. Oh, no two-handed attacks.
No.
Or you just go for it and you go, oh yeah, watch this.
If one gets chopped off, I should have been an Amazonian.
Exactly. You're like, oh yeah, you like what you see? Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Oh.
Greetings, travelers, and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Nervous, like, what the hell?
Who is this person?
The cat doesn't know what to think.
So confused.
That is the most amazing thing I've seen all day.
Wow. Do tell us about this costume.
Jessica did accidentally promise everybody that at 100 followers on Instagram, I would be dressing up. So here you go.
The official Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master costume.
If you had it, probably one of us would. Because we like that.
That is awesome. That is so good. I love Halloween.
I wanted to wear something for Halloween too, so it just made sense that it was like, oh, this is happening like right at the same time. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I love the hair.
I should have prepped by watching some of the show so that I had some lines to spit at you guys. But this literally happened today, and I decided that I was going to go ahead and go for it on this stream. So
you should grow your hair out and style it just like that.
Just like with the bald cap on.
Yeah, shave the top. Let the sides and back be long.
All right, when we get to 1,000, I will do that.
1,000?
No. At 1,000.
Oh Lord.
Oh, okay.
Layers, man. There are layers.
You are not getting out of that bikini, sir.
Oh, gotta turn on the camera because it's time for cat save. I don't know if this counts or not. We're not actually playing yet.
We did. We rolled. You missed. I don't know if you heard the results of the cat save here. We ourselves as players haven't rolled. but we know what the cat save will be.
Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Nerva. See there.
Oh man, that outfit was way more than I was expecting.
I wanted to buy that outfit for him so long ago, and I didn't because I was like, no, that's ridiculous. He wouldn't wear that.
I'm partially disturbed by how fitting it is.
Right. We saw it and it was like, this is done. In the cart.
It just looks too good. He looks good in red. It's like a magical Ronald McDonald.
Well, the fun thing is that camera is giving us fuss at the moment. So 1 second.
Oh, look at us starting a stream and the camera doesn't want to work.
Oh, there it is.
There
A little
we
dark,
go.
but you know, it's nighttime.
It's
Of course. Why would
fantastic.
things work perfectly while we're doing things? That is how things.
We've had that discussion already. It's new camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's you.
This is
So-
what makes it interesting. You get to
Yeah,
watch us
your
struggle.
camera- Right. Your camera doesn't want to work. My Twitch doesn't
Hi,
want to
pork,
work.
pork.
It's great.
We're not professionals yet. When we're professionals and we're doing this kind of nonsense, then you guys can.
I'm gonna have a
You'll
problem
know
being
it's
a professional.
intentional.
I can't be a professional. I'll always be unprofessionally professional. Always be unprofessional.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, I think it's time we start this evening's Dungeons and Dragons. What
Yeah!
do you guys close? Because we're not in that yet.
No.
This is combat
We're
music?
camping
Wait, we're
with
not in combat?
the
Hmm.
handsomest of old men elves Arvida's ever seen.
Oh, that's true. We were going to sleep.
Yeah, Rudolph's hanging out with us.
That's true.
Yeah.
For sure.
So last session, you guys made your way out of the Nothic cavern or the sewers below the depths of the Cragmaw Castle. Decided you were going to shove Gundren into the energy field that had some sort of preserving properties to it. But en route to Gundren, that tree is in the way. It's focusing on that tree. Yeah, there we go.
Better.
Like, move one of the. Yeah, there we go.
That's
On the way back to the energy field, Creola spotted a small mouse, or I'm sorry, a small rat, which then led you guys, and you followed out to the exterior of Cragmaw Castle, where you met up with the owlbear you had previously rescued, along with Redoth, which you now know is Redoth, and the mate of the owlbear. So you met Hildegard and Bronco. You also met Redoth. Redoth kind of gave you a brief overview of the situation of Thundertree. A month ago, a green dragon moved in and has been causing trouble in some of the farms in the nearby area. Thundertree has always been kind of, for the last 50 years anyways, has been kind of a cursed area that people have avoided, but there have been several farms that have sprung out in the lands surrounding it. Redoth attempted to get these people to leave their farms, knowing that the green dragon was going to be in the area, and some of them listened, some of them did not. Those who did listen, Redoth has been escorting them back to Phandalin, and he has passed that mission off to Bronco and Hildegard, who are going to resume the escort for him, because he is taking you guys to Thundertree. After learning that Gundren Rockseeker is dead, he shared with you a story of why Gundren is so important, because Gundren's blood is capable of opening the ancient doors that are currently that are currently sealing off the lost mine of Phandelver, which Gundren knows the location of. And without the map, or Gundren alive, you have no access to the interiors. Fortunately, with Gundren being dead, you're going to have to perform some sort of ritual to get him back. And Redoth has explained to you, to perform this ritual, he is going to need the powdered incense of an aboleth, a candle made from a beholder, and also a fatty gland from a powerful creature. Knowing that 2 of those items are in a tower in Thundertree, and now the inhabitants of a green dragon in Thundertree, he's pretty convinced that this is a sign from his goddess Maliki that you are to go slay the dragon in order to get Gundren back. But you'll also need to clear the temple, because currently the temple has been overrun by magically altered spiders. So with that, you have traveled the rest of the day, and you have now pulled off the side of the road and found a nice, pleasant area to camp for the evening. Reedoff has informed you guys that there's no need to post sentries this evening. He will handle it and take care of it. And should you guys wish to all partake in a very peaceful evening of rest, he would be happy to oversee you.
Yes, yes.
That sounds lovely.
He seems trustworthy to me.
We could use a rest.
Arvida's still in her swing, I think.
Arvida was in her swing.
Just
I'm gonna walk
staring
over
at
and
him
give her a push.
creepily. As I'm smoking my
See if I can-
pipe.
I want to see if I can get her to loop the branch.
No! I'll go flying and take bludgeoning
fun.
damage.
No, it's fun.
You gonna hang on?
I'm holding on.
Are you actually trying to push her over?
I just want to see how high I can push her. I don't want to hurt her. I just want to see if I can get her to go like she's flying or something.
Make an athletics check.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Arvida,
just-
are you allowing her to do this to you?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll-
I'm used to having a lot of siblings.
I don't think she's gonna have a choice. That's a natural 20.
Oh, dang. What a great way to start the night.
You said
Right?
no. You
I'm
said athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics. So that's 21.
I would like you to describe for me what you do, because
Okay.
that is what happens.
So when she's kind of relaxed and just holding on with one hand, and I'm gonna sneak up behind her, and I'm just gonna give her this giant shove, and she's gonna go up and over.
And as it comes back around and gravity like pulls onto the branch goes and like there's like a small crack in it.
That was exciting. Oh.
I wasn't trying to break your branch. That just looked like it would have been fun.
No, that was really cool. My brother Tobias did that to me when I was little, but I broke my wrist. It's time for bed anyway. I was kind of done.
I'm glad you didn't get hurt.
Yeah, me too.
Arvida begins to dismount off of it, and you notice that Reedoff is kind of sitting over next to. Remember, you guys are sitting next to like these fallen logs that are kind of piled up on each other, and he's just kind of muttering in some ancient druidic language, and you see like the canopy begins to grow over the top of these trees. Watch just as the plants begin to actually just grow back into place, and it creates almost a small dome that you guys are able to sleep under.
Mm.
Criella can do that too, but just like, shoe size.
I'm not nearly as talented as he is. This is pretty cool.
It's taken quite a few years for me to do this. I'll be able to do a terrible Sean Connery just for you.
I'm gonna unroll my sleeping bag bed thingy, like kind of near him. Not like next to him, because that would be obvious, and she doesn't want to be obvious. But close enough that if I needed help in the middle of the night or something, he'd be nearby. And watch him.
And he once again produces his divine symbol of Maliki, and he begins to rub it just gently and speak some words. And a few moments later, a pair of owls come and rest on his shoulders, and he begins to speak to them in kind of these low grunts and hoots. And then a few moments later, the owls disappear off into the sides, And you see them perch up on trees alongside the camp.
Oh. What are you doing?
They'll watch us this evening.
You don't. They just listen to you?
More of I've asked them a favor, and they've respectfully accepted my request.
What could you give an owl in return that they would do a favor?
Do lots of good for nature in general, so
I mean, don't you ask your cat to do stuff?
Yeah, but she feeds the cat.
Yeah.
Does the cat need to be fed?
I don't know.
The cat's kind of just celestial. We just are bonded. It's not like a wild creature that I've asked to follow me around.
No, but it would be like the same thing, though. I mean, you're connected to the celestial cat. He's connected to the animals.
Yeah. Do you have a way with all creatures?
not all. Some listen, some don't.
I would listen.
That's not obvious at all.
It's been a long day for you. Perhaps you should get some rest.
I'm
think so.
trying.
I think I already said I was in my
Yeah,
bedroll last.
I think you were. Yes.
Yeah, and I kind of did exactly what Tonk did because I have no idea how a bedroll works. It's the first time I've ever had one. So I laid mine out kind of near his in the same way that he did. And I'm just watching him to see what to do next because, like, I don't know how it works. Do I lay on it? Do I lay under it? Do I lay in it? I don't know.
She
I'm
just
laying on
uses
top
it
of
as it is, rolled up as a pillow.
That was my plan because I've never had one. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know.
You can. It's more comfortable if you unroll it, Ermi,
Oh.
and like spread it.
Oh. It
And
unrolled?
just, like, tuck yourself in.
You are the one that rolled it up.
Did I?
I
Oh.
don't know if she did or if one of us did it for her. I don't
I don't know.
remember.
I don't know. Oh. Alvita, are you still wearing that tore up dress?
Yeah, it's disgusting. Can you smell
Okay,
it?
yeah, kinda. You should get rid of it. I mean, it's pretty bad if I'm disgusted by it. Here, I got something for you. And he's gonna pull out the dress.
You
Oh.
can't keep it. It's gorgeous.
I mean, I wasn't gonna tell you. I need it at some point.
Like, undoing the ribbons that are like torn anyway. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. New dress, new dress.
I mean, before we sleep, and we're being watched, so we don't have to set up a. We don't. And we have a canopy over us.
Pretty much.
Mhm.
Oh.
We're in like a tree hut.
I need to spend a little bit of time snuggling with my dagger.
I was gonna set up my tent, but I guess I don't need to.
Now, make a survival check.
I passed out with my new dress.
Did you put it on?
No.
Or
I'm
you're just
holding
like
it.
naked holding it?
It's
It's been a long day. I died today.
This is definitely not his first rodeo when it comes to sleeping out in the forest, and he seems to be pretty knowledgeable of what he's doing. You feel pretty secure in the location he's picked
That's
for you
what I
guys for the
figured.
evening.
I figured.
So, and just him adding a little bit extra camouflage around you seems to have done the trick. That anything that might be untoward would be. And you also now have sentries posted as well.
I will fall asleep.
Passed out.
I'm gonna fall asleep with my dagger as a pillow.
Okay.
You know.
Yep.
It's totally not safe, and I don't care.
So I would like Arvita, Tonk, and Ermi to leave the table.
Oh no!
Shit.
gonna stand over here.
Lips.
I'll stand over here and watch just
Always stressing out Criella when I do this.
Uh-huh.
You've spent the day leading towards something you've been anticipating for a very long time. And now that your destination is close at hand, your mind is instantly drawn back to your last days with your mentor. And as you drift off to sleep, you vividly recall the last day. It's not often that wizard has company. Being an exile from his own order, he tends to stay to himself. However, on this day, in the middle of your studies, somebody's come to call. You see your mentor walk to the door, and then he quickly comes back to you and says, there is somebody here for me. I will be taking this meeting down at the local inn. Do continue your studies. I expect to see perfect results with Frostbolt until I have returned. Ray Frost. Chill Touch. Chill Touch.
Chill touch.
I expect to see perfect results with Chill Touch when I return. And he disappears. You kind of sit there for a minute, turning your hands, practicing the incantations, moving the hand gestures. And then you're like, oh, he's probably gone. This means I can get into his study again. This means I can go look at the books that I've been wanting to get my hands on. So quickly you make off to his private library.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this time you'll learn something new. You crack open the book. The one on particular Rise of Zombies that kind of caught your attention on so many occasions that you've done this. And you pull out the book on the history of Thundertree, and you begin to read through it. It's not long, though, or maybe it has been a long time. Can't really tell, you're so engrossed in your reading material. And suddenly, your mentor interrupts you. Tall, pale-skinned man, dark tattoos lining his forehead, interrupts you. Oh, Criella, had I known you were so interested in this book, I would have let you borrow it when the time was right. Zombies of Thundertree interest you to such a degree, you would violate my privacy?
Felt I'd not had a choice. I just can't help but feel like there's more for me to learn there.
It's this very hunger. It's why I have taken you under my studies. We are fortunate, you and I. My acquaintance has just informed me of a discovery. I need to take a break from our lesson. But honestly, you've had enough time buried in a book, and learning the basics you now need world experience. That is why I say we are both fortunate. As you know, not many wizards are capable of teleportation. But we are lucky. We have one of them right now who can. Pack your things. I'm sending you to Neverwinter. You will find work easy enough to come by, as of being a tiefling of your skill set. You won't be persecuted. Maybe you will get to see Thundertree firsthand. When I'm ready, I will send word for your return. Expect you have learned much in your time away. Here, take this. It is my old spell book, but it should suffice you enough with your skills while you improve. And I'm going to stop you right there. Everybody back. Did not mean what to do that. Wrong chat.
Cheater.
Surprise, Arvita.
To be fair, I thought about hiding under my desk this time, and then I realized that it would take a crane to get me out from under it, so it's fine.
Aw.
The
Gotta
back issue.
go.
I almost found my snacks.
Do we wake
While
up?
this is happening, Criella, you all are suddenly violently shooken awake. And the earth beneath you is vibrating, and the leaves are shaking, the trees up above you. And you hear the calming voice of Redoth. It's okay. We're safe. We're safe.
I've wrapped myself around his leg because I intentionally didn't go far.
Yeah, true. It's not much more than an earthquake. Be calm. It'll pass.
Those happen around here?
It's from time to time. It's done.
How do you know that?
Do I know what?
That it's just an earthquake?
You've never experienced an earthquake before?
No.
Oh, that's pretty sure that's all it is. I think we're
Right.
safe.
Can,
I'm gonna lay
can
back
the
down.
owl-
I trust him.
Can the owl see anything?
They've taken off. Like every bird has fluttered away. Like you heard a cacophony as you awoke.
Did the wind pick up? Nothing like that happened to make me think that it was the same event or a similar event as the other day.
You in your slumber were make a perception check. See how alert you were.
I trust him. He
I
doesn't
was
see anything.
fucking dead asleep. I rolled a 3. Oh.
Dead asleep. You have no idea
Okay.
what may be transpired.
Okay. This is weird, but you think it's safe now?
I think we're okay.
Does Ermi have any idea what an earthquake is? Like, given how I
Yes.
grew up?
I would say
Okay.
that, like, especially the effects of one, you've
Okay.
probably felt them before, but maybe not necessarily. Like, you might not know the ins and outs of like scientific method of what one is, but you definitely know they.
You don't understand plate tectonics, however.
No, probably not. Yeah, Creola, it's fine. It's over now. I've been through
Okay.
some of these. It's okay.
I just realized my cups are like totally in view.
I trust
Just-
you.
It just scared me to wake up to it. It's been a while.
I think it scared all of us. I
Is it
I'm
still
gonna
middle of the
pull
night?
out my spell book in the middle of the night, and look at it, see if there's anything different or any clues that he's written in it, anything like that.
I mean,
Or-
you've definitely looked at it multiple times.
Uh-huh.
Now knowing that like where you're at in your headspace looking at it, there's definitely like, that the stuff he's written in here, this is like long ago for him. So he might not necessarily have left you with like the most critical stuff that he's done recent time,
Mm-hmm.
but there's at least definitely some powerful magic here that you're just not ready to learn.
Okay.
I'm going back to sleep.
Okay.
I'm
You
already
guys all rest, and everybody back to sleep.
Yeah. Readout says we're safe.
I trust him. Do you see that salt and pepper beard?
And you guys awake, and it is now morning. Songbirds begin to chirp. Hear, just the typical sounds of like early mornings in the forest. And as you begin to stir, Redoth kind of calmly just nods at you one by one as you wake up. Arvita first, of course. 'Cause she almost beat the sun awake.
I'm like working on the fire and I'm setting out the biscuits, the hard biscuits that I collected from the tavern before I left, out on the stones for everybody.
Uh-huh.
So I'm warming up breakfast
Um,
and rolling
Have
for
I
my
spe-
bracers.
Did I spend enough time with this lovely beauty last night before I fell asleep?
You did. You are now attuned to it.
All right. So I'm going to. Okay, it says I have to have a plate. Is that something that would be in like my rations?
Yeah.
Would that be like a plate? Okay, so I'm gonna lay the plate down and I'm gonna set the dagger next to it and put my 10 coins in. So let me subtract those before I forget. Yes, gold coins. And I'm going to spend my 10 minutes praying to Joaquin, which is a new experience for me because, until this point I thought gods were assholes. But
Is Ermi praying?
they gave me this wonderful dagger and I'm gonna...
Tongue. Krilla.
How she's doing?
I mean, she could
I
be,
didn't know that's how you did that.
but I mean, there's different ways you can pray.
Have you ever seen her pray before?
I never really paid attention.
No, she doesn't pray usually.
She hates gods.
I'm obviously really awkward at it because I've never done it before and I have no idea what I'm doing.
She's
So
like
it's
laid
kinda
out her
like-
bedroll.
I totally want to hear what Ermi's prayer is.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all do.
Okay,
For this beautiful bacon. You don't have to give me a full 10 minutes, but I want a snippet
Okay.
of some part of this.
So, I have the plate in front of me. I have the dagger in front of the plate, so it's next to it. And as I'm putting the coins in, I'm like, okay, well, I hope I do this right. I'm sorry, Joaquin. I'm really new at this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
So
but-
it's like just to describe the situation, it's kind of like a magic coin slot. And
Oh,
as
yeah.
you
Yeah.
place
There's
the
a-
final, like the coin into a puzzle almost, it just vanishes.
Yeah.
And it continues to do that one by one until you put the 10th coin in. And as soon as you do that, there's this light yellow glow on the blade suddenly. And you can like see that the blade has visibly changed to almost a golden, like glowing gold.
Sweet. So the whole time I'm working the coins in, I'm like basically apologizing for being too stupid to know how to pray and asking her, it is a her, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Asking her to guide me and telling her that I'm totally gonna learn everything I can about her because this is a really awesome present and I'd really like some of the blessed bacon if that's okay, and I'm just going over all that as I put the coins in.
Aww.
And then I put the last coin in and I close my eyes for just a second. Then when I open them, the dagger's glowing.
And your senses are just overwhelmed as this like fist-sized hunk
Do you guys smell
of
that?
bacon is sitting on the plate. It's perfectly glistening. There's that nice caramelization across the top.
Bacon.
I smell bacon.
I don't know why you guys are so obsessed with your bacon.
I feel like now that I've talked to Joaquin, that this dagger is going to be amazing today.
Are we gonna be spending all our coins on your dagger?
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Did you see what it did?
It gave us
Gold!
bacon. I mean,
And it gave me bacon!
gave her bacon. Doesn't give me bacon. Didn't give you
I
bacon.
might share.
I've had a lot of Ermi's bacon. I kind of feel like her dagger paid her back where I couldn't.
We didn't even consider that, Arvita. What if she doesn't share her bacon? Maybe I'm not excited for this
well,
dagger.
We outnumber her.
I'm gonna take the plate and I'm gonna hold it out. Here, guys, I'm gonna share.
Here's a
Joaquin
biscuit.
gave us bacon.
Who's Joaquin?
She's the goddess that gave me this dagger.
That's the
Didn't
lady
we
who
find
was
the
written
dagger?
on the dagger?
Yeah.
We all know. DM, do we all know this?
He left it there for me to find.
Creola identified it and announced
Okay.
to the group that it
Okay.
was a dagger in service to Joaquin.
Mhm.
She left it there for me to find so that she could let me know that she cares about me and not all gods are assholes.
I mean,
You're right.
there are some gods that are assholes.
Yeah, all the ones I had met up until this, they were total and complete assholes.
So you
So-
met gods?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a big thing. They came and saw people at the city that I started out in, and they were all a bunch of assholes, and just like the people I lived with. And then I lived on my own, so everything was better, except gods were assholes because they let it happen. And Joaquin had to give me this present to let me know that everything's okay now, and that she's gonna take care of me. She's gonna be my family.
Did you ever try to be nice to the gods instead of just
This is
calling them
fucking
assholes?
What did you want me to do?
Not call them assholes?
Well, I didn't call them assholes until they were one.
Maybe because you called them an asshole, they didn't want to help
No,
you.
no. The asshole part came after they acted like assholes.
How do they act like assholes?
Well, one of them kicked me.
Kicked you.
Yes,
That wasn't
kicked
very
me.
nice.
No, not at all. I mean, I might maybe have been trying to pick his pocket, but still, it's no reason to kick a
You
6-year-old kid.
Tried to
That's ridiculous.
pickpocket a god?
I pickpocket everybody.
When did you?
I
Okay.
pickpocket everybody.
I think you might have hit your head a little too hard.
No, I didn't hit my head. I mean, I did fly pretty far when he punted me, but that's not the point.
I mean, you deserved it after last night. With the swing.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
that was just for fun.
I didn't know I could fly.
You can! Yay! Avita can fly.
I'm gonna take the bacon that Ermi gave me and put it in a biscuit and offer it to Rudolph.
He kind of looks at it for a moment and goes, "This didn't come from an animal?"
No, actually,
made
it
it.
didn't.
I'm
I mean,
like,
it's...
yeah, I saw that. It just showed up.
It's pretty magical. It's a pretty sweet little dagger.
Could have came from an animal.
It's our bacon maker.
I would very
It's like
much
the
like
only way a
some of
vegan
that.
can eat bacon.
I very much would like some of that.
Sure. And I'm gonna, since Avita's sharing hers, I'm gonna make sure that she gets some more.
Thank you.
He
Oh,
takes
look
like-
me up.
Obviously, I'm gonna make sure that I get some of it, but you know, I'm gonna share with my friends.
Was that
And
a successful long rest?
It was a successful long rest.
Yeah.
I
also
rolled a
have more
3 on my
popped bacon,
bracers.
so
Right. Yes,
Don't
you
worry
guys
about the bacon,
may
guys.
do
No,
all
I'm
the
worried
other
about bacon.
things necessary for it. Also, I know that some of you have spent the hit dice, so also mark down that you have restored half of your total hit dice.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody got 1 hit dice back
Yay.
for that one.
Let's max anyway.
Okay.
I feel
So
really
we have,
good this morning.
We have a few more hours of travel before we will make it to the outskirts of Thundertree. We are kind of at the crossroads now, where we can determine how we approach Thundertree. I'll give you kind of a basic layout, as best as I can, of the area, and try to make it make sense. So, Thundertree is to the north. We've still got about 20 miles or so to go. So quite a few more hours on the road and we'll be there. Once we arrive, when we get about halfway there, we should see the bluff. Thundertree sits on top of a 30-foot tall cliff-side bluff. On all sides, at the back of it, it begins, on the north side of the town, it begins to taper off into the valley below. That valley is choked off at this point with thick brambles and the blighted forest we kind of just avoid. So I don't recommend that as a point of entry, but perhaps together we could find a way through if we choose to go that way. We could also take what would technically be the easiest way, which would be to the south. It will be going through the farmlands.
I love farmlands.
It's pretty open, clear up to Thundertree. So if there was anybody unaware of our return, they would definitely see us on the way as we're approaching that way.
So there's not any trees or anything to hide behind?
I mean, it's pretty open. There's plenty of trees, but they're pretty sparse, and it's not really something we'd be able to duck
Having
and weave.
trees and farmland make it really hard to till the land.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Then
not
we-
having trees close together makes it a little harder to be stealthy.
It's true.
Yeah, well, like I said, if the dragon is paying attention, it will notice us coming from that approach for sure. We could travel to the east, or I'm sorry, to the west. There is a cliffside passage through the west that kind of winds up the bluff on the western side. But that will take us through a portion of the forest that's quite unhospitable, and we should expect to encounter difficult beings, probably bears and such, the ones that have been kind of overtaken by the blight. So they don't. Their mind's a bit addled, and they don't listen to what nature has to.
Would they listen to you?
Unfortunately, not. I usually travel through the farmland, but
I think
Does the dragon know you?
well, we spoke of this
Yeah.
last night. You might have forgotten, but the first day it showed up in
Like-
town, I went and talked to him. He attacked me.
so. If you were coming back, the dragon wouldn't necessarily think anything of it, or would he instantly attack?
He probably wouldn't think much of it if I come back, but
What
he
if you come
may
back with friends?
view it as threats. So
But
I think then
what-
if he sees me with friends, he's definitely going to view me as.
But what if we kind of try to hide our weapons and look less scary? Because I mean, I know. Look at this. How can I look less scary? But still, maybe.
The tower's a few miles out, so I mean, we still have plenty of ground between us and him, so plenty of time for us to make haste if we had to. We would surely see him coming out of the tower if he would wanting to attack us. But I'm
I don't
warning you
run
of
very
the situation
fast.
in our approach and how we're getting it.
I can pick you up and carry you.
I
So
think-
you said the north, and then the south, and then the west. What about the east?
There is no access to Thundertree from the east. So we would be scaling bluff, which I could just turn myself into an eagle and fly up there. I can't do much about the rest of you.
You can turn yourself into an eagle and fly?
Pretty cool.
Like, yeah.
Fuck this guy.
I think we should go to the west. It seems like the most prudent approach, even though there's danger there.
I think
I'm
the
not
south
afraid.
would be just fine.
Either south or west. The south, we'd have to hustle through the open area. I think.
And I
So
can't
how-
move as fast as you guys. Well, I
How
mean,
much
maybe
of an
I can.
opening is there on the south side?
It's wide open fields. So, I mean, again, it's up to you guys. I will aid however I can, but south is definitely going to be our easiest bet. Just
Probably
don't
our quickest,
just
right?
nuke into anybody if we do that either.
We
Mhm.
are in
definitely
kind of
be
a
the
hurry.
I mean, if it is going to be the quickest, I would suggest the south.
Where?
I mean,
in
we're not.
Thunder-
The only thing we're trying to hide from would be the dragon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we just want the dragon to think we're not a threat.
That's if he sees us.
Right.
Where in Thundertree is this temple?
Tower.
It's in
Or
the tower?
demon temple.
No, the
There's
Maliki's
you're
temple.
close. There's several,
Oh.
a dozen or so ancient buildings, some in various states of disrepair. Nobody's inhabited the town for 50 years. So, but the temple is towards the south edge of the bluff. The tower is almost in the middle.
The druidic one? Maliki's?
The temple to Maliki is in the south. Yes,
In the south.
the south of the bluff.
So if
We would
approach-
see it on the bluff as we are approaching through the farmlands.
We could go that way
Yeah,
since
Go that way.
you kind of have to go that way anyway, right,
Yeah.
Rudolph? And then it would give us a base of operations if we could save it.
We still would have to scale the bluff. So either way, we're going to have to. But we could approach that way, and then wrap around the bluff to the entrance to the west.
Sure.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I mean,
To
I
the farmland?
trust him.
yeah.
It's going to be I think it'll be our easiest course, but
I'll just follow you.
it's been some time since I've been there.
Just listen to the
Unfortunately,
grandpa.
unfortunately, the 2 farms that are there were the first that the dragon attacked. So I was unable to warn them, and I focused further west.
Oh my god. The poor
So-
farmers.
Don't expect to find
It's really sad.
anybody among the living there.
So before the dragon, nobody lived in Thundertree, but they lived on the outskirts of Thundertree.
The farms are about 4 miles away from Thundertree. Far enough away that the lands were still workable.
They weren't overtaken by the blight.
They were not.
Hmm.
More dangerous territory than any other territory, mind you, because some of the beasts occasionally come out, but farmland is farmland, and if you can find profitable land, you take it.
It's true.
True.
Man.
I know there's not much farmland where I come from, so it's scarce.
Makes me miss my family.
I'm from the kind of rockier regions of Mulhorand.
More arid desert.
Mm-hmm.
So, things will grow, but yes, the soil is very dense.
You couldn't tell from her tan. That was a joke, Rudolph.
She's quite pale.
Yeah. Arvida's trying to be funny. She's still learning how that works.
Trying.
Yeah, she's trying.
Come on. You guys gotta make me look good.
It's been better though. I
Am
mean,
I
this
your
joke was
wingman?
funnier than the last one.
DM, would that have been anywhere near where I'm from?
No, it's quite a ways south. It's about 500 miles south of the region that you're from. Kind of in the same, like, what would that be, like hemisphere or whatever? Like the that
Latitude.
strip. Latitude is kind of the similar latitude, but it's much further south.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's longitude.
Whatever. I think everybody understood what I was talking about.
You used your hand motions.
Geographically on a map, you are like
Directions?
almost straight south.
Same time zone.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
time zone. Yeah,
there
they're
you
both
go.
central time zone.
Oh, Central. Ew, I don't want to deal with that.
We're on Eastern. Western.
He's
You guys
not.
still have time zones?
No. In D&D, they've way surpassed that. They're smarter than us, and they don't have.
Yep.
time zones.
I'm glad because it's too
Right.
confusing.
So you guys begin to proceed down the kind of this little nice valley area. A few hours pass, and it's off in the distance. You can see the. Well, actually, what are you guys doing as you're walking?
Looking at my new dress.
For 2 hours?
For a while.
Okay, that's acceptable for a view.
Not paying attention to the road, for certain.
It's probably like fiddling with the ribbons and the buttons and all the stuff.
Smoking my pipe weed.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
like
gonna be on the lookout for.
flanking Rudolph so I can watch his little bum.
And I'm gonna walk kind of beside Arvida so I can keep an eye around her since she's not paying any attention.
Done.
But I'm gonna be slightly distracted by my pretty dagger. And thinking about ways to pray better because I feel like I screwed it up this morning.
No, I think you did a really good job. I think if you had screwed it up, we wouldn't have gotten bacon. Or we wouldn't have gotten good bacon. It would have been
But
shitty.
what if I did it better and she gave me more bacon?
Ooh, how do you think you should do it better?
Or better bacon. I don't know, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
You should maybe if you sing.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know a lot about it. I need to learn some more.
Well, what do
don't know.
other praying people do? You could chant. We can make a doll. Like We could carve something. You could get a tattoo.
I
Oh
love
man, we should
tattoos.
try all these things.
This is escalating quickly.
Could also try a human sacrifice.
A human sacrifice.
Tonks.
Where am I gonna find a human?
Okay.
Wait. No. He is messing with me. I can't kill somebody. That's not nice.
We don't have any humans.
We'll do it.
I don't think the undead would suffice.
I don't know
I,
that.
I mean, I'm not going to suggest it, but I know there have been some people that do animal sacrifices too. Sorry, Rudolph.
Well,
That's
I mean,
a
I
bad
just feel
idea.
like I need to learn. I need to learn more about Joaquin and what she would want me to do, so that I can pray better.
That's a really
No
good...
offense taken. All gods are worshipped in various ways. It is against my nature to. Who am I to judge one of the others?
This is true.
How did you learn how to talk to your owl friends?
He actually come from a conclave of the druids off in the Moonshay Isles.
They have
Grew up,
classes?
well, that's a manner of speaking. Spent over 200 years off in the coastal islands, out in the Sword Coast, Sea of Swords,
Did it
off to the west.
did it take you 200 years to learn it?
Well, no, that's where I've been. That's why I spent. As I became an adult and just kind of fell on my own. Druid out there, his name was Valcrest, and him and I got along great. Stuck around a long time. Helped him with problems with some werewolves and such, and here I am. Spending my elderly time repairing old temples. Eventually, our vendor will call for me, and my spirit will return to the great beyond. And if I am valued justly, maybe I return once more, but I'm content to do as Maliki pleases for now.
Think she would make you return as a halfling, maybe? No?
I mean, elven spirits usually don't take on the form of another race.
What if they wanted to?
What if it was a half breed?
What if the elven spirit was super in love with this tiny little halfling and wanted to be with her forever?
It's a possibility.
Then could it happen?
It's. I'm gonna roll an insight check. See if he picks up on the. Oh man, no, he doesn't pick up on the. I rolled a 2.
This is fantastic that he has no clue. Everyone else knows that she's in love with him.
I was actually trying to ask a legitimate question, but okay.
Yeah, no. You're. I'm getting to your answer. So, it is common enough in today's world and age that elves do mate outside of pure lineage. Problem is they don't possess the same spirit we do. And when I say we, I mean elves. They possess some of our abilities, but they lose part of it when they take this path. It's not one to take lightly, falling in love with an elf if you're not another elf. Some families look down on it. Elven spirits are eternal. We die, we come back. We die, we come back. If you take that spirit away from the cycle, it does not come back. So that can be a good thing, sure, because beauty in all things. However, it is a time for mourning at the loss of an eternal spirit.
That Makes sense. So you have a lot of temporary friends then?
Yes, sure. My focus for an elven lifespan is an odd one, but the first major chunk of it is spent unlocking the secrets of the previous life, if you will. You don't know who you were before, you never truly do. But as you age and you get older, those memories of others do come back from time to time.
That's pretty cool.
It has its moments. Certain things are well beyond the power of normal people, but the culmination of many generations locked away in one person's body is means that they're quite capable of the extraordinary at times. You'll notice throughout time there has often been extremely powerful wizards who unfortunately come from my ilk. This part of why. Part of the elven lineage. We desire more. Some of us. I'm sure that this is not wasted on a Loxodon, though.
What does he mean?
As far as I know, they're not eternal spirits, but they do live a long time.
I mean, sure.
What?
That's right, he's old.
Yeah.
Old man
not-
Tonk over here.
I mean,
Part of why
Loxodon standards, I'm not very old.
part of why they were an enslaved race.
Because they could work for a long time.
Valuable resources.
I could see how that would be valuable.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were so valuable, Tonk.
I, for one, am glad that your race is.
Me too.
Although I think you might be the first Loxodon I've ever interacted with for more than just a drink or two.
You've seen more.
I've spent time out east.
You probably
Did he
find
look
more
like
of us
him
that
and his
way.
name was Tonk?
No. It's been some time. I don't know that I recall a name.
Yeah, we don't like to stray too far from where we come from.
Do you notice that? And he begins to peer off to the north. And off in the north, you guys can see there is a mountain that kind of is well defined in comparison to the other mountains in the region. Look close. There is a wisp of smoke coming off of the volcano.
Oh. That's not a good sign.
I don't think I can see it.
Is it usually like that?
Go ahead and make perception checks.
I can totally see it.
15.
I don't know anything. 2.
21. There goes my RP.
I mean, you can choose that. You can say that even though Arvita sees it, maybe she doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah. She can see it, but doesn't know what's going on. Looks like smoke.
Oh, the volcano has not been active for 50 years. Don't think it has made smoke before. We'll see if that poses a problem, I guess. Anyways, we should be at the Osman farm here in the next probably hour or so.
Kind of excited
Were-
to see it.
Were you working in this area when the volcano went off the last time?
I was not.
Hmm.
I came to this region about 5 years ago.
Hmm.
How close is the volcano to Thundertree?
Oh, quite a ways off. 100 miles.
enough to
is-
see it on a clear
What is the
day.
name of that volcano?
Mount Hutnau.
Mount Hutnau.
As he's talking to you, Tonk, there is a voice in your head.
I don't like voices in my head.
Oh no, I expect not. It is a familiar voice. You would recognize it as Sister Garley. Thank you. Plenty of new hands around here. What did you learn? By the way, Sildar requested aid from Neverwinter.
I'll stop. Just like stop walking.
Tongue?
Oh, just put my finger up.
Are you afraid of volcanoes?
Well, do I have to speak it, or is it just in my mind?
Mentally. Yep.
Okay.
You can type it out if you want to type it to me, but
No, I'll say it. So.
okay.
You're welcome. Met up with Friedolf. Will return shortly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And we're gonna take a break. Ha!
Ah!
Okay.
Shit. Alright. Let me just make sure our cameras are break ready so you guys have some music to listen to. We'll be super quick.
Right back.
We'll be right back.
We'll be back in like 2 minutes.
And we're back.
Woo!
Yay. Yay. I like breaks, though. They're useful.
Snack time.
Potty break.
So Tonk has just received a message from Sister Garley, and he has reported in.
So, one thing I found out. I don't like when people talk in my head. But Gorilla got back with me.
Oh,
What was
what
that
did
like?
you talk? Did you talk back?
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to lose my train of thought.
That makes sense.
But
what did you tell her?
she said, "Thank you for the extra hands." And Sildar requested help from Neverwinter. Maybe something else. It's been a while.
It's been like 5 seconds.
Yeah, there's a lot of talking then.
Was there anyone in Neverwinter to help?
Well, there's the guards.
Okay.
I'm sure, like, the city guards. I'm not sure.
I mean, you guys were in Neverwinter, so you know Neverwinter is a pretty large city. There's, I'd have to pull it up, but a couple thousand people that live there.
I mean, there's mercenaries. There's always people who want to do stuff for money.
Exactly.
Like us?
I mean, we
True.
do stuff for money.
Yeah. But there's some people who wouldn't just do it, would just do it for the money and not to help out like we are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We have good reason to help out.
We should be
Always good
seeing
for
the
yourself.
farm here shortly.
We're coming up on a farm.
The trees begin to thin out. Oh man, lost a
You're
big chunk of hair.
Quit messing with it.
Oh no, he's balding.
It is a stressful role.
You guys begin to the trees in the area begin to thin out a bit. Visibility is a bit more substantial. You can see quite a ways away, and off in the distance you can see Thundertree. But you don't see Thundertree. I am going to share with you an image.
What?
When that night or day that the dragon flew over, was it? It was at night, right?
Correct.
We only knew it was a dragon because someone told us the next day, right?
Yeah, the
The goblins.
Goblins.
Fuck.
Oh, I just posted it into the same channel that.
That's not helpful.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
I'm going to post this in the show companion for anybody who is watching on Twitch that wants to see it in Discord. So if you
Cool.
look at that.
Oh.
You can see the bluff, and you can see the wizard tower kind of peeking through an immense amount of fog. Up ahead in this valley, you can see several patches of tilled land, farming area, and you definitely can see the immense amount of fog. And Reedoth kind of this is not usual. We need to proceed with caution.
Is it normal fog or does it smell like smoke?
Did any of my studies talk about the fog
I did not.
from the book?
Tonk,
So
does it smell
the-
like barbecue?
So the fog is just on top of the bluff, or
Mostly on the bluff, yeah.
okay.
It's kind of spilling over a little bit, but concealing it to the point that like you can make out the major feature, like you can see the 30-foot cliff, and you can see the tower in the middle, like kind of peeking through some of this fog. But the rest of the features and stuff, you have no idea what's up there. It's about 4 or 5 miles away. You're about a mile away or so from the area where the farms are. You can see them kind of clearly. There's a large patch of land that's been tilled and cleared out that looks like it's primed for planting. There's plenty of stuff that's growing currently. Sparse trees in and amongst the area.
They could grow
But
fruits here at the bottom of a volcano.
But the trees are dead. There is no foliage on the tree.
Does it look like the tree's been burnt, or are they just dead?
From this distance, you wouldn't be able to tell that.
Okay.
Were the trees like this when you left? They
I haven't
have
been
no
to
leaves.
these farms in a while.
But it's not winter. They wouldn't have shed their leaves yet.
Maybe the blight has finally caught up with you.
What is a blight?
Tom kind of explained it. It's simply all the life was sucked out of whatever it was. It's almost a pure essence of necrotic force.
Where does it go?
Pretty?
If you enjoy that sort of thing, I suppose you could see it that way. But
She's
there-
fascinated by lots of weird things, don't worry.
I prefer to keep the balance. So where there should be life, there should be life. Where there should be death, there should be death. An unnatural curse, blighting thing, is just as equally evil in my eyes as mystical pool that preserves death entirely. As you guys begin to get closer and are moving, there is some movement off in the distance. Everybody make perception checks.
I need to use a different dice.
Is that one failing you?
You're in jail. Here. Cat, you can have it.
So are we still doing the if your roll is less than your passive, you use your passive?
No, for something like this, you would be searching.
Okay. Well, then
I don't know how I feel
Perception.
about the passive. We're gonna have to deal with that.
Well,
Perception
I know
2.
I got a 10.
but I still feel like
That wasn't very good.
Okay. Did anybody roll higher than a 15?
17.
Tonk. Stirring kind of amongst some of the debris around the farm, you see 3 skeletons walking around.
About how far is that away?
You guys are about half a mile at this point.
And I see 3 of them. So, I don't know if you guys can see it, but you know those skeletons, similar to what we seen down in the under the manor. I see a few of them. Next to the house, right?
Just they're kind of wandering around the farm itself.
Okay. Just out that way.
It's the undead that I've watched, that I've read about. We have to be careful.
What's
I'm
so
like tapping
scary-
on his knee because I'm.
What's so scary about them?
What could I tell them from what I've read in the books that would like make them want to come with me, but
Your
still
time
know
with
that it's
the-
time to be cautious?
Your time with the books didn't give you enough to go off of because realistically, nobody's really studied this area well enough. There's just talk about it being some sort of unnatural force of undeath that has come into this. Like, it sprung up out of nowhere, wiped out the town about 50 years ago. It happened almost immediately following the eruption of the volcano.
Mm.
The people who did flee did not study what was killing them. Those who stayed perished. And after the attack in the last like 20 years or so, some people have made an attempt to go to Thundertree from time to time, but typically, like, nobody's seen these undead or anything. That's about as much as you would have gotten out of it.
Okay. Nobody knows a whole lot about them. Nobody knows how you get sick. You're just become undead, and nobody knows anything. And it seemed to happen right after the last volcanic explosion, and now the volcano's smoking again, and this could be bad. Like, maybe we should. I mean, I want to go. I need to see what's going on up there, but we should be careful. There might be more of them hiding, and we would never know.
Can I tell if there are like bones skeletons or just like
Gooey.
do they have flesh on them?
Not from this far out.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a decent roll, and I don't know what the human eye can actually see. We'll say the Loxodon can see.
So, these skeletons that are walking around, they are more than likely just the reactivated or whatever bodies of the people that were there?
That's what I was thinking. Like
How many did you say you saw?
3.
Do you know these people?
If it is the Osmans returning, then it could be as many as 8.
That's a little farm. Huh. I mean, we're lucky, I guess.
So if it is these Osman, would you rather them roam or be put to rest?
I think we put them to rest if we can. Nobody deserves this.
I would hate
No.
to think of my siblings walking around like that.
Because, I mean, let's be honest. We're fit to take care of them. But what if the next passerby is unfit for it?
He's so
It's
good.
true.
You speak truth.
You do. You sure do.
Walk towards them. Be careful, though. Be quiet.
How do they
You think we
respond
should
generally?
Spread out a little bit or walk in a line?
But Josh, what did you say?
I said, do you think we should spread out or walk in a line?
I don't want to be alone. Not that I'm scared.
I'm not saying split up, but like fan out a little bit.
Yeah,
While
like
they're
hunters
talking-
do.
Yeah, while they're
Like-
talking about this, I'm gonna check things out and move a little closer.
Are you attempting to stealth?
Yes.
You may do so with disadvantage.
Well, that's no fun.
There's not a lot of cover out here.
I am going to ready my crossbow.
Okay.
Okay, well, they know I'm there.
Oh,
Okay, so to be fair, it's an 8, but that's because I rolled a natural 1.
Okay. So you guys begin to kind of move up closer, and you get significantly closer, enough so that I can put out a map.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nerva,
no,
time to
man.
move. Nerva. He's like, oh.
Yeah. Don't worry, honey. There'll be another one for you to destroy. Look at that.
It tried to escape.
Oh, no. You have to hobble it now.
Might have to put it in jail until it learns where it's supposed to stay.
I did forget to change the battery during break.
Oh yeah, you did.
That might be coming.
That's okay. You can probably get away with changing it now if you think you need to. I can
Probably.
ready my sword.
I mean, it should make it through, but let's do it just to be safe. We got the batteries for a reason. Last thing we want is that thing to die mid-combat. Now you get to watch me walk around the table.
I love it. I made it big. Aw, boo. Go back to just us. But yeah, I'm readying my sword just in case, because this looks creepy as heck.
This is gonna be in the way if I leave it there, so let's move that.
Just have to kind of remember that, you know, killing them is a good thing. We're putting them to rest, right, Criella?
Yeah.
It's not
It's
murder.
It's not natural to bring them back. I mean, I've toyed with it a little, but I don't know that much.
As you guys get closer, Army suddenly makes some.
Man,
I'm like super distracted by my shiny, glowy
Doing what
soul
she can. Oh man, this
dagger.
sleeve is gonna be
Shoot.
rough.
see there, Nerva.
I get a plus one attack. Oh, until the next long rest. Yeah. DM, while we have a moment, I do have a question
Ma'am.
about my lovely bacon dagger,
Please.
as I shall lovingly call her. It gives me a +1 to attack because I've prayed and given my coins. Is that a +1 in addition to my already plus to hit?
Oh yeah, it's a +1 dagger while it's under the effects. So yes.
I just wanted to make sure that I was supposed to add the other as well. Okay,
Yes.
sweet. Wanted to make sure I understood so I wasn't, cheating, so to speak.
So
As we're walking forward, I'm tap my staff on the ground and give myself mage armor.
okay.
Does that look like anything?
So like shimmer over my body.
She's sparkly
This
now.
like thin,
Nice.
just real paper thin, for just a brief moment, glistening effect takes on top of her skin.
Whoa.
I feel better.
Nice.
I feel like
I think
We're not
in
in
true
Neverwinter
Tonk
anymore.
fashion, whenever we get close-ish, I'm gonna shoot my crossbow.
Wait till we're closer than like 150 feet. Okay.
So,
Oh no, I want to get closer than that.
yeah, you guys are just for expediency. Get you guys a little closer to that because you guys are planning on going close. Unfortunately, though, as you're moving in, Ermi snapped a twig as she's walking, and these 3 skeletons all snap their head. And since you asked the question earlier, Tonk, you are now close enough to notice the skeletons actually are wearing armor and have weapons drawn.
Do they have flesh on them though?
No flesh. And they turn at your direction. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh my goodness.
I've been rolling pretty good tonight, except for initiative.
Go ahead and call them out.
18.
6.
17.
13.
Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. Dead skeleton things.
Well, Tonk, you didn't roll the lowest. Read off is at 5. So initiative order is Criella, Arvita, Ermi, Tonk.
Criella. Say that again.
Criella, Arvida, Ermi,
Ermi,
Tonk.
Tonk. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Man. Sleeves are all up in my business.
Get some hair
Costume makes
ties
it
and
hard
just
to do.
put them on your wrist.
Some clips or some hair ties. Totally
Maybe.
take care of that.
All of the above.
I think Irish fan suggested a scrunchie earlier.
Yeah.
Might need that.
I think all I have are like hair bands.
Criella, you are up.
So I see them and I roll my hands over and then pop out and a ghostly skull flies out from my hand and attacks the one closest.
Okay.
Can I tell which one has, if they're like what weapons they have?
They all have swords and shields.
Okay, then yeah, the closest one.
Okay.
And I am chill touching him. Would be 17 plus 5, so 22 to hit.
Whoa.
22 definitely hits. You guys get to see all my lovely things. In the
Ooh,
mirror.
nice.
Oh, hey. Can't see my face, though. I need a mounting bracket here.
Yeah.
Whoa. Krilla's mounting bracket works nicely. I like that we get a cat cam occasionally because of it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa, we're on a roller coaster
I'm sorry, don't watch me.
of love.
I should make you guys sideways.
Roller
It'll
coaster.
actually stay there. When, like,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I'll just stand like this.
It works.
That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
That hits?
He takes 6 points of necrotic damage. He cannot regain hit points. And if he's undead, he has disadvantage on attacks versus me.
Ooh, he's definitely undead. Because he is a skeleton. And he definitely takes normal damage from it. So let's put a little dealie on him. We'll just go ahead and put it on. You see the skeletons begin rushing forward.
I'm gonna like run to one side so that I'm like not directly in with the group, but kind of off to the side. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh no, hurry.
Rushing forward.
Oh shit.
Full speed ahead. And from the side of the barn, you see a few more come charging up too.
Oh, nuts.
This is bad.
The one at Ermi takes an attack at her. But that's
Oh.
probably not going to hit. That is
Cheater.
Oh, that's
12.
Okay. That's okay.
Not
It's just a
quite.
tree.
Right.
No.
About to happen. It's about to happen.
No, it's just a tree.
Wait.
She's too
right
distracted
there.
by your costume.
I know, right? 12, I'm guessing, does not hit Ermi.
A 12 does not hit.
Oh, read up. Maybe. Maybe.
She's
see.
such a tease.
And with that, the skeleton's turn is over. So next up is Arvida. The skeletons have gotten dramatically close to you guys. You're not going to get up on this one?
Oh my gosh, she's killing me. I am going to run. It's a little hard to see. Am I engaged? Who's right next to me?
Tonk is directly in front of you.
Okay, can I get by him to get to the closest?
Move that camera now that that's what's important is over there.
There we go. Yeah.
Quit eating my pencil.
I I like that we can
Right.
read the ring. It stinks that it's the wrong ring.
Sorry.
All right. Okay. Now I can see Tonk. Cool.
I don't think I have a chill touch ring.
Oh gosh, no. It's okay. Yeah.
There, now you can't read it.
Yep. I'm gonna rush at the closest undead with Talon in both hands. And
Okay.
try and hit him.
Go for it. It's like, I guess you're right.
To hit is 11 plus 6, 17.
17 does hit.
Whew, woof. All right. So Talon, 2 hands is a D10. There's a 4. So I rolled a 4 in my D10, and then I get a +1 from Talon
And your strength.
and my strength. So 4, 5 plus 3 is 8.
8 points of damage. Okay, as you hack into the skeleton, bits of bone fall off of him and clatter to the floor.
Whew. Can I enter my rage before I leave my turn?
Oh yeah, you can use your bonus anytime you want to.
I'm still in melee, so I had forgotten about my rage.
Okay.
I'll do it next time.
You're ripping out the hair.
I'm trying to get it out of my face. This hair sucks. All right. So you have rage now, though. Officially.
No, I was gonna do it next time. Don't worry
Okay.
about it. Yep, it's Ermi's turn.
Just do it now.
Ermi, there's a scully turn right up on you.
I will take my beautiful, beautiful bacon dagger and stab it in its stupid face.
He stab you with a bacon dagger.
Hopefully. Oh! Let's see. I'm pretty sure that 19 plus 6 is going to be like 25.
That's gonna hit.
Yes. That's fantastic. But I don't get sneak attack.
No, you don't have an ally
No,
near you on
okay.
that one. No.
Okay. So that's so that's 4 points of damage.
Okay. 4 points of damage. The bones clatter and hit the floor as the ice chill, the bones just shatter on impact.
Oh, sweet.
Nice job, Ermi.
Hey, Criella, if you freeze them, I can stab them and then they'll all die.
And where to? You sell movement, and now you're out of engagement with the one, so you could move if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah, do I have enough movement to, there's one between me and Arvita, right? Like, not the one with the red ring, but there's another
There's
one.
another one here, yep.
Okay. Can I go just around that guy and flank the red ring one? Do I have enough movement to do
You'll
that?
be able to get around him, yep.
Okay.
Aw.
And then I'm still in his melee range, so I don't get an
Yes.
attack of opportunity. Okay, cool. Cool.
Okay, so Ermi clatters one of the skeletons, rushes around behind another, taking the attack position with Tonk up.
I would like to take a step back toward Rudolph,
You may.
and I said I had my crossbow ready, so I will fire the one that Arvita hit.
Okay.
It's a 21 to hit.
21 to hit. That definitely hits.
7 points of damage.
Points of damage.
Nice.
And as your crossbow bolt hits into the bones, for some reason, it just kind of like penetrates through the rib cage, hits one of the spine, and just knocks the vertebrae clean out, and the whole top half just comes clattering down. And then there's just a pair of legs standing.
Then, with the rest of my movement, I would like to. There's 3 more on the board there.
3 more, yep.
Let me get as close as I can to the furthest one. I don't care about attacks of opportunity.
So you moved 1, so that'd be 2, 3. So you get 1 attack of opportunity, but you'd probably get right up in that guy's range. Don't have grids on here, but we'll say you do. Especially since you're taking it. Oh, that is a 20. Confirm that crit. Oh, you saw it before.
Yep.
Well done, right? Okay.
Yep. What are you
The natural
doing?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm used to those, but he will also take Wrath of the Storm.
Okay. So you take, as you come around, the skeleton just kind of reaches out his sword and cuts across your hide, getting in underneath your arm, and you take 12 points of slashing damage.
Oh my god, Tonk!
And then he will take 2d8 on a dex save.
2d8. Okay. Dex save. Skeleton's probably not good at that. Oh, he's okay, I guess. He made it 19.
Okay, he takes half.
Oh, leave my pencil alone.
Every time.
He's
That is
still
so
pretty
naughty.
good. That was a 12, so 6 points of damage.
Points of damage. The bones are still holding on.
No, not the camera cord. Ow.
Being attacked by the tower.
Stop.
Okay. Redoth yells out, "Tonk, are you alright?"
It's a little hurt.
So he will move up a ways,
Hi.
and he will raise his symbol up into the air and cast Healing Word as a first level. And you take, or sorry, you restore 8 points of healing. And then you see him reach his hand behind him, and just like out of nowhere, this whip comes out of him with these thorny branches, and he lunges forward and strikes at the skeleton with the blue ring around it. So oh, that's definitely plus his spell one. And the thorny whip wraps around the skeleton's midsection, and as he pulls back on it, he just rips the skeleton in half. The skeleton falls, remaining bits to the floor. Criella.
I will point at the one that just attacked Tonk and roll my hand and throw my ghostly skull at him again. Or at him this time.
I think that one's dead.
The one in front of you?
The one you just got to.
The one that attacked me. Is
The one that attacked
Oh,
you.
yeah. The one that's right in front of you, though. That, it would be 17 to hit.
I gotta take this off. This is getting.
Hey,
You
you
did a
made
good
it
job.
almost the whole time.
I know,
Right?
that was close.
17 to hit.
17 hits. Yeah.
That is 3 points of damage.
3 points of
Necrotic damage. I'm gonna yell at him. Come get me!
Okay. The skull just kind of turns and faces at you. The one in front of Tonk will reach back with his short sword and take a stab at Tonk. Is a 15.
Nope.
15. So as he comes down, he hits your hide, but like the sword is blunted, and it just like it hurts, but not enough to feel any sort of physical pain from it. That one there is going to attack Ermi.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And Ermi takes 10 points of slashing damage as the
What?
skeleton.
Oh, I didn't hear what.
It was a natural 20.
Oh, it was a natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, 10 points of damage?
Yeah.
10 points of damage. As the skeleton stabs you with a short sword. So next up is Arvita.
The one that stabbed Ermi hasn't taken any hits yet, right?
No.
Okay. I will enter my rage and run at it
Okay.
because he just stabbed my friend.
Okay. Arvita charges across the battlefield. Ready to pounce.
My friend! 2's 15. 15?
15 does hit.
Alright, so I'm raged now. Which means I get a +2 to my weapon, which is still Talon. Okay.
Get him, Nerva.
+2 is 10. So my strength is 3, that's 13. 13!
13 damage. 13 damage.
Yes!
Yeah, as you shove Talon inside of the bones and just you just rip it all the way apart. In your rage and fury, ripping open the top half of the skeleton.
It's my friend! It's my friend!
Coming to Ermi's aid. Ermi, you are up.
Do I have enough movement to get to the one in front of Tonk?
Yeah, are you trying to get into a flanking position?
If I can, I'd like
You
to.
would have enough to get there, yep.
Okay, I would like to do that.
Okay.
And then, I want one of my dice to not hate me so that this actually works. I'm going to stab it with my
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
happy dagger. Well, that's not going to happen because I'm pretty sure. Huh? Oh, advantage. Thank you. I
Flanking.
totally. So I'm thinking a 12 doesn't hit though.
12 does not. Is that with your +1? Your dex
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Ermi kind of just clank against the armored scraps the bone is wearing.
To be fair, I've kind of got blood running down my side and,
Greasy bacon fingers.
Broken.
yeah, greasy bacon fingers. Yeah,
Tom, you are up.
I would like to smash things.
Smashy, smashy.
That would be in 19 to hit with my
You
weapon.
definitely hits.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Tom, the kill is yours.
Let's see. I would like to just no. Yeah, I would like to swing at his head and knock it out, like T-ball his head off.
As your hammer comes into contact with the skull, you hear that and it just smashes like fine china on your hammer. And the bits that are remaining do go flying and sail off into the distance.
Whoa. You hit them hard.
Arvita starts running the bases for you.
Around the rock there.
Mm-hmm. You got it! Whoa!
That you guys are out of combat.
Nice.
Oh, good. That's good to know.
Just
Ermi,
really
are you okay?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're
I don't
bleeding
feel
kind
good.
of a lot.
I
Yeah.
will walk over to her, and I will. Is that touch? Yeah, touch, and I will cast cure wounds at level 1.
Oh, that was a lot of blood.
Tonk will save her. I can't save her.
I think so.
5 points.
I mean, I'll take it.
My spellcasting is just wisdom, right?
It's more than I had. Thank you, Tonk. It still hurts, just not as bad.
I mean, it's flowing a lot slower.
Yeah.
Readoff kind of looks around. Is anybody else wounded?
I'll put my hand up and point over Hermes' head.
And I'm gonna do this at Tonk while he's doing that.
This one.
Huh?
I'm not hurt.
You're not hurt?
No, he healed me up
All the way?
pretty good.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not down that much, but I don't have that much health to begin with, so.
He does have spell slots, so if you look wounded,
I mean, I still have this, gash in my side that's kind of bleeding, but
Readoff will walk up to you and Maliki will say, "Do not worry," as he grasps his symbol. Oh, that's not. Oh. Wrong dice. He's about to do damage to you and attack you.
don't do that.
She gave you bacon.
Well, that wasn't as great, but you get
Like
9
loophole
points.
bacon.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm feeling all better now.
Oh, well,
Good.
fantastic.
Thank
look
you.
so
That's
much
perfect.
Readoff, after he does this, kind of begins to look at the land around him.
I don't think this is the family you were talking about.
Doesn't seem like it. Unless they
You're
were
correct.
armed.
Skeletons with armor.
Yeah, they seem more like soldiers.
Have you seen this type around Thundertree before?
Oh. I mean, the undead is not unnatural in Thundertree, but not with weapons.
They had shields and stuff.
Clearly.
Somebody armed them.
Or they were already armed when they died?
Or that.
Really go with caution. The next farm is just up a little ways beyond this one. Do we want to make sure that none of these vile creatures are there?
Do we have to, like,
Definitely.
do anything to their bodies so they don't come back again? Or did we take care of it?
Not really a way we can prevent that. They either do or they don't. I think the one Tom hit real hard is probably good as gone. It's going to be missing
like
bits
that.
if it comes back.
I don't know. Should we set the other ones on fire or something?
Oh, no fire.
No.
We would signal to the dragon.
Oh,
Like,
you're right. Man, there are
we don't want
so
to do
many
that.
bad things around here.
We'll just have
Plus-
to leave them.
I don't think bones burn that well on a fire.
They
Just
do
a
actually
regular
if,
fire.
if they're quite dry.
I think we could just leave them.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't want to signal
throw them
anything.
in that house. Bar the door.
I could just be being paranoid.
Or we don't waste the time and go to the next farm.
That's true.
Check that out.
I don't think that they'll be coming back.
I hope not. I'm scared.
We should keep moving, though. If we make too much racket, then the dragon might hear that.
Do you think he heard us just now?
I don't know.
How rundown is the house that we're next to? Or close
Not very. You can tell that one of the buildings has been attacked. Chunks of it have been ripped out. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
to? 5.
I mean, you can tell that a portion of the roof has just been ripped open, and a side of the building is simply just not there anymore. The building itself looks fairly new-ish, so not like an ancient ruin or anything like that. But beyond that, it's kind of hard for you to tell anymore. Specifics.
Can I investigate the corpses, the bodies, to see if this is a blight driven or more magical, like,
So the skeletons.
yeah.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Be 17.
You are quite familiar with this magic. Some of the bones have a bit of, specifically like parts that are directly underneath plating of armor. They bear the sigil of like necromancy. You would know that the spell incantation, whoever's doing this is literally engraving part of it.
Can I check and see if any of them have coin pouches?
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation roll.
DM, did you move your mic when you were standing up?
That dang
So
I'll
that,
figure out a better system.
that was a
Better?
4.
A 4. Like as you're kind of rifling through the skeletons, you notice that like you almost immediately upon like just kind of a cursory glance over them, they have like some like rusted metal armor attached to them with like pretty secure fastens on them. And they're wielding weapons, but they're not in great shape. And there's no sign or indication that they would be carrying any sort of treasure or valuables.
Okay.
We should move on to the next farm.
To the next farm.
To the next farm.
Yeah.
Follow Tonk.
These creatures are definitely something that has been brought about by someone. They're not part of the blight. I can see the sigil right here. See? Right? Not like right underneath the rib cage. This isn't a
Sure.
good thing.
That picture's what brought them back to life?
It like stabilizes the spell so that it works over time.
Okay.
So We
Is
may
this-
come across the user, like the caster of it. I don't know.
Is this something like you can like read the handwriting of and know like, he signed it and said like, hey, I reanimated this corpse, this is mine?
There's
Based on what you have and
Yeah.
your check, it's not that somebody would leave a signature on the spell, but the means that this is done, the wizard who has learned, like who is performing this ritual, they would have a specific way of doing it. So there would be a tell in it. So, like, if you were to continue to find markings like this,
Okay.
there would probably be an
I'd see
indication that they
pattern.
are matched.
Okay.
Like part of the means that this is brought about, these are enthralled to somebody. They're not just a random skeleton.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is it one you've seen before?
No, I don't recognize this style.
We can think about it on the walk.
But I'll have to keep looking. Maybe I can figure it out. So keep walking.
So you guys continue to head to the other farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Redoth kind of guides you that it's off to the east a little bit, but you're kind of still heading in the same general north direction. And you do notice that the fog begins to kind of roll off of the bluff and come into the valley a little bit. And you can see the farm, but the farm is also now starting to get engulfed in this fog cloud.
It
Just
looks
moving
like
pretty
my
fast.
farm. The time the barn caught on fire for like 5 minutes.
What was that,
So
Josh?
the fog's moving pretty fast then.
Not too fast, but at the pace you guys are kind of walking and moving, so too is it moving towards you.
So
Not-
would it seem
Not towards
unusual?
you, but you happen to be walking.
Would it seem unusual?
Oh, yes.
Doesn't look good. It seems like it's a magical fog.
I think your assessment is right, because don't feel a change in the wind. Feel the weather has changed. Still go the other way if you want.
Can I want to, like, as we're walking, kind of take a big deep breath and use Druidcraft to expand my breath to make a gentle wind into the fog to see if it
You're not that
shifts,
close.
like, out in the distance, though.
Yeah,
when
but I
when
don't
we
think
get
the effects of Druidcraft would be
30 feet. So,
Mhm.
okay. That's what I want to do if we get close enough to the fog.
Sure. You
Like
may
before it
attempt
touches us.
Yeah.
right, yeah, right before it touches you.
Right.
I think I'm gonna continue walking towards the farm that got engulfed by the fog.
And everybody following suit with Honk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The as you guys begin to get closer to the farm, there is Tonk. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Just with sight.
With smell. That's why I'm making you do it.
Do you want the natural 19? I rolled with the natural 20.
It's a good
So a
news.
total of
As the wind is kind of pushing the scent of the farm your direction, you are overwhelmed with the stench of rotting flesh.
Did I get the same smell at the other farm?
You did not. It smells kind of gross at the other farm, but nothing like rotten vegetables and a little bit of the detritus smell, like the underleaf litter kind of smell, but nothing that's like so out of the ordinary that it would just like trigger on you. Whereas the smell that's being pushed onto you now, you notice it.
There's a stench on the air, so be on the lookout. I'll keep an eye open for any movement coming in and out of the fog.
Is it like a skunky smell?
More like dead smell.
Oh.
Oh.
So this is nothing like when our bond caught on fire.
And the fog is moving closer and getting closer to you. And now that it's about 30 feet away from Criella, she casts Druidcraft into it, and with a gust, separates a bit of the fog cloud. And as you separate the fog cloud, you see the risen dead, recently risen dead, wandering in the cloud, flesh dripping off of their bones and rotting as they're walking. And that's where we're going to leave tonight's session.
Oh.
Ew!
I found them. We gotta. Shh.
Huh?
Fuck.
You said we were done. Now I'm just goofing.
Snap.
Hold on. Character names down. Character names down. Blah. Out of game. Oh
Woo.
man.
Oh boy.
So she only seen one, to clarify that, right?
You all would see and be able to see in this patch that she has opened up, there are about 6 bodies walking towards you.
Shit.
Walking within the cloud towards
Within
us.
the cloud.
Yeah.
Shit.
So the very least,
Shit.
you see 6
And-
figures.
And they're walking towards us.
The impression I will leave you with is they are walking with the fog.
Mm-hmm. Like Game of Thrones style, coming out of the forest. They're just like walking amiably in the fog.
Like they may or may not notice us.
Yeah. That's my impression.
Can I be level 5 now?
Please, can you be level 5? Please.
Man.
Oh boy. There's dragons and dead things and
That's all right. We gotta wait.
Oh,
And
I don't wanna be
unfortunately,
done.
this cliffhanger, you guys have to wait 2 weeks before we resume.
Right.
Yes,
Oh.
because next Saturday night is the super special Halloween one-shot. Oops, All Goblins!
And you can expect
Starring
all of
these
us
people.
to be dressed up for it. So you should
Yep.
dress up and watch us,
Yes.
and then take selfies of you watching us. And
And
sure,
post it on our social
in
media.
Discord.
We want to see you guys as goblins.
Yes, and in our Discord.
Show us your goblin selves.
it'd be great. It'll be a lot of fun.
It looks like we posted the Discord, but we might do another invite towards the end here.
Yeah.
I'll put it up there.
Another post. So if you want to join, you know how to get there.
It's,
Yeah.
I love Halloween.
Anybody have questions, anything like that?
Anybody want to talk to us for a minute while you got us before we sign off for the night?
Right. Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh man. Oh man.
Okay, so while we wait to see if anyone has any questions or wants to talk to us, which is looking a little sad right now, Ermi would like to know, have I seen Tonk or basically anyone else like interact with their chosen deity, like in times of dire anxiety when
Yeah.
a lot of people would just go, "Oh no," and pray momentarily for assistance. Is that something that I would have seen someone do?
Maybe not necessarily in your party, but absolutely throughout your time in the streets, you've probably seen the desperate prayers of people at the end of their rope.
Okay. Omi suddenly has the urge to pray.
You'll have 2 weeks to come up with something should
Uh-huh.
you choose to start next session with something juicy for us. But
Okay.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm not seeing any questions or posts.
all right,
All right,
So-
cool. That's easy.
So
Yep.
everybody have a
All right.
fantastic Halloween, and
Thank
we
you for
will
joining us.
Thank you.
probably be live. I know a few of us are. I plan on watching it live unless something else pops up. So I'll be in the chat talking with y'all as I can. So.
Cool.
We might pop
We
in.
might not be on time, but we
Yeah.
should make it.
At some point,
I'll be around probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Creole and I did do another session of Dungeons or of Baldur's Gate this last week, and we'll probably do another one the coming week. I have to do some editing on the video, but hopefully that doesn't interfere too much.
Don't be thrown off, if our category for Baldur's Gate or Dungeons & Dragons changes back and
Right.
forth sometimes in our channel.
Yeah,
Just
we're
know
not sure
We're
what
trying. We can't figure that out.
the part out.
Hi, City.
Yeah. As always, if it is Saturday night, it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
If it's Wednesday or Thursday evening, it's likely Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
That's how that'll be. I'll probably end up doing some painting on stream eventually too.
fun.
The new setup here in the room. Creola, show it off a little bit. Give
Yeah.
a turn to the camera.
The desk that I made for
Yeah,
him.
so that's right over there now. So
Station.
It's a
it's pretty
standing.
awesome. And
Move your fat butt.
I'll probably figure out. Now that I have the rigging mounts on the thing, I plan on doing some better job with some of the rigging, but I just have to figure out exactly the mounts I need for the cameras and stuff like that to be able to quickly
There's-
move things around.
Paint up
I
there.
think this is our first session where we didn't have to have a cat save.
I know.
And
Yeah.
it got dangerously close.
So
like she
close.
kept
Now she's-
flirting with it.
Now she's all
Yeah, now Sybil's all interested in what's going on.
like, "Hey, I've been sleeping, guys. I didn't know you was up."
Yeah, see, that's what we need is one like that angle.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Yep.
guys for joining us.
Yep.
Yes.
See us the
Thanks,
rest of the week
everyone.
doing other stuff. And
Have a
in
great-
between, you can visit us on Discord.
Always.
Cattail.
Until then, bye.
Bye.
Good night.